Hello, this is Princess Somni, and welcome back to more Let's Play Xenoblade. Last time, we heard the history of the Mechanis, and in this episode, we're getting ether crystals, apparently. No, well, yes, but no. In this episode, we've got some exploration to do today, including getting fairy tale diodes, apparently. So last episode we did get quite a few side quests that I want to take care of pretty much now. Let's see. I don't think these are anything I want to take care of, but we might as well do some fighting. There's going to be a lot of fights in this episode and the next one and the next one after that probably, just because we're at a point in the game now where there's a lot of enemies here that are actually at our level now. Because we just simply haven't had enough side quests to get crushingly overpowered yet. We're not quite at the point of the game where you need to grind, but we are getting real close to the point of the game in which grinding is useful. That being said though, I think I'm still higher level than I was when I first came into this area in my first playthrough. Because I definitely remember having a lot more trouble with this than I am now. And suddenly, with all the armor upgrades we've been getting, we're getting our butts handed to us significantly less than we were before. Funny how that works. Funny how upgrading your armor tends to make you not die. It's a little bit weird actually going out of my way to do fights during an LP, because usually when I do games like this, especially when you can, like, avoid combat, I usually tend to, like, deliberately avoid combat when I can help it.
Make it a swift victory.
Not even just in LPs, actually. Even in my off time, I tend to avoid combat just because I prefer the run and grind option to the fight as you go along option, because sometimes you just need to make it a certain location faster. Of course, that also sometimes has the side effect of run and grind occasionally becomes run and forget to grind and get bodied by the next boss, and then try to do it without grinding, and then just complain about difficulty.
Let's stay focused.
Maybe I have a problem. It'll be fine. But yeah, with the medium armor and the HP up gems that I've given people, we have a lot more survivability now.
We can't lose.
Which is really useful. Oh god! Okay. I did get spooked a little bit during that fight because we ran into a mass-produced face in the middle of that combat. So yeah, we'll be fighting faced Mechon as normal enemies pretty much from here on out, which is a little bit wild to think about actually, but yeah, that's just a thing that happens. Mass-produced faces, I think, are like basically stronger versions of Zord, which makes sense-ish? Actually, no it doesn't, but you know what, we'll just roll with it. Well, actually, it kind of makes sense. I'm thinking about this a little too hard, but anyway, yeah, that's the mass-produced faces. They can be pretty troublesome to deal with, especially if you're not, like, at my level. If you're lower leveled, you might be having a really rough time of it. Don't feel ashamed at all if you have to pull out Charla for this area. You could actually do a lot of good by bringing Charla into the game at this point, just because of how powerful the mass-produced faces and other enemies in this area can really be.
Everyone, let's go. Make it
It's a totally viable option to rely on overhealing to get past your problems at this point in the game, because I know when I first played the game, I don't think I was this leveled, and I definitely had to go back and bring Charla into the party. If you really, like, need to micromanage healing because you just can't get past something, I also recommend playing as Charla herself. You can really spam healing when you're playing as her in like a smart way, and unlike the AI, you can actually, you know, time your cooling off a little bit better, because I think the AI almost exclusively cools off when they get full on their talent gauge. I don't think they ever do it preemptively, so you could pull that off. Especially at this part of the game, wow, really? Especially at this part of the game where now enemies start to do enough damage to where Charla's healing output is no longer overpowered. Like, you could actually do some pretty good work here. What in the world quest do I have that requires broken pincers anyway? But yeah. Oh, there's another fairy tale diode. Neat. Let's see. I'm gonna actually do what I should have done at the beginning of this episode and take a quick break to look up a map of this area. Okay, sorry about that. This place... Jesus. This place can be a little mazy, but I think we'll be fine. Maybe we'll be not quite so fine. I'd like to fight one of those two, but not both at the same time. Thank you very much. You just come over this way. Get over here. Excellent. Yeah, unfortunately we do actually have to take out those guys because they give us a little bit of gear there. Oh, okay, there's the unique monster. This should be fine as long as he doesn't do spike damage. Ooh, I love it when I can hear the physical clacking of my disc inside the Wii U. That's always the greatest thing in the world to hear. Is the game having to do a real big think about everything going on in the fight. Yeah, as you can see here, there's already quite a few enemies here that are white tagged instead of the blue tagged enemies we've been seeing this entire time, so it's not just easy pickings over here. Anyway, as you can probably tell, I'm just using the lure and run tactic, where I'm picking things off one by one. It's effective if a little cheap, so... Oh, hell yeah, we did! The same drones we have, but with a slot in them. That's amazing, actually. If I was actually using Fiora, I'd be over the moon about this, but I'm still pretty excited. I think this is the best we got. Anyway, okay, I was gonna say we can take on those two, okay, but with Meditative Varl over there, I kind of want to lure them a little bit away. Okay. Ooh, fighting those two at the same time would be not fun. And I think there's also, yeah, Wise Grummery over there. That one's actually above our level. You just come over here, and then we'll fight you, assuming you don't have spike damage. You don't. Okay. Okay. That went mostly okay. I wanted to get this landmark of the, oh my, Headless Manus statue. That's actually kind of disturbing, I'm not gonna lie. Let's take care of you and then that thing, I think. Okay, now I want to get rid of Grummery over here. Okay, no, it's one of those fights. Nope. Nope. Again, I'm grateful that you almost never have to actually fight things with spike effects on them for, like, storyline purposes, but oh my god, I hate how... I hate it. I hate spike damage. I don't know why Monolith seems to insist on, like, spike damage equals difficulty, like, fair difficulty, because, it don't be that way. It don't be that way, Monolith. Stop putting spike damage in your games. Hooray, I'm out of space for weaponry. Like all the time. Anyway, there's another Telethi over on that end, but we can't quite reach them yet, because, the pathway is a little bit blocked off right now. So yeah, let's see, I want to go this way. We're just going to climb up this tower and try to get to the Telethia the back way, is essentially my plan here, and by climbing up this tower I mean getting past this mass-produced face. Oh. Okay, no, that's cool. You just call it item the bloodstained face. That makes me feel a whole lot better. Yikes, game. Okay, up here are more levels, as well as this other verification device. That's 2 of the towers done. Excellent. Okay. Is there... Okay, no, there's no way up from here. So I'm gonna go down a few floors, we're gonna go around, gonna go collect that, last Telethia we need for the investigation, then I think I'm gonna skip back to, skip travel back a little bit so we can go get it. Okay. I want to check my skills real quick. We're still going there. You are done with daring. Okay, everyone else is just making good progress. Alrighty then. So yeah, we're here in Agniratha. I guess something I did want to talk about a little bit with Agniratha is I really, really like the aesthetic the place has going for it. I think that's all of them? For the Telethia? No, we're almost there, but not quite. We must be missing one. Somewhere. Lord knows where. Like I was trying to say, I really like the aesthetic of, like, the ancient broken city that's still, like, reeling from the war from years ago, and I think that both the Agniratha themes really fit that well. Like, they're both really mournful, but, like...
Make it a swift victory!
Like, the kind of, like... I don't know how to describe it. They're, like, mournful, but, like... Yeah, I really don't know how to describe it. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that I really like both Agniratha themes, and I think they're really good to listen to and you just need, like, a little bit of a chill night. I nearly got yeeted right off that thing.
Get a hold of yourself.
That would have been a terrible way to go. Anywho, we got another pillar over here. So that's 3 of them. Once we do the 4th one, I'm gonna call the episode there. Doesn't feel like I've been recording for 35 minutes, but okay, whatever you say, game. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like I've been recording for 35 minutes. Well, here's to hoping I haven't lost any footage, because if I have, that would be critically depressing. Anywho. Around there is the last pillar I haven't been to yet. So I'm gonna warp over to the first control platform, and we're gonna go down a couple floors. We're gonna have to fight a lot of things on our way there, but yeah, we can make it there pretty easy. wanted to go, but it was a unique monster that was on the list, so it kind of did have to go on the block there. I could just walk past you all. Oh, hellas, yes. Also, I don't think I mentioned this. I'm going to mention it now, probably during this next fight. When you complete the boss of Agniratha, you will get locked out of Mechonis Field. So, you want to make sure you've done all the quests for Mechonis Field, including, well, you don't have to do all of them, but at the very least, make sure you've done, To My Loved One, and, Best Boots for later. Those are Bazatrox's quests in, the Machina Refuge. Make sure you have those done, at the very least, because you won't be going back there anytime, ever. So, yeah, this is your last time, your last chance. Otherwise, you're pretty much free to do what you want. Central Factory and Agniratha will still be available to you immediately after this, but I will also warn you that Agniratha and Central Factory won't be available for much longer after that point in the plot. So, you really want to make sure you're, like, doing things as you get them. Which is part of the reason why I'm gonna, like, actually farm for the quests we still have left to do in Agniratha, in another side quest episode coming up soon. Yeah, it kind of sucks that we've had, like, a couple of areas like that where, we have, like, a really limited window to do things in, and it's kind of resulted in me having to take, like, time to do a side quest episode, sort of a thing. But, like, I don't really have much of a choice in that matter. It's either do that or lose content, and I'm not, like, trying to 100% the game, but I would at least like to try and do as much of the game as I possibly can, or at least can be arsed to, when it comes to side content, like side quests and stuff. So anyway, that unlocks the teleporter to the main shrine. Taking that will lead you immediately to the boss, so only do that once you've completed everything you want to do in Mechonis Field at the very least. I would also recommend, like, waiting to take that until you've done everything you can do in Agniratha either. Yeah, you can still do everything in Agniratha once you get there, but it'll be much more difficult to do it then than it will be now in terms of, like, getting here. Because even though you'll still be able to reach Agniratha, all the skip travel points will be locked out, if I recall correctly. But anyway, I'm gonna, like, take a moment and... Actually, let's go get that last Telethia since we're right here. Like, we're literally right here, so I might as well just take a moment and get that right now. There we go. Alright. So that's the last of that. There's actually a follow-up to that quest I'm gonna take right now. Let's see, Central Tower. Yeah, there's a follow-up to that quest. Which is yet another Telethia investigation. So there you go. But anyway, I'm gonna take a moment, finish all the side quests we have here in Agniratha. It means I'm gonna have to do a little bit of, like, farming and grinding for items and enemies, which is unideal, but it just happens that way sometimes. And when I'm done with all of that, I'm going to meet you back here in Agniratha, where we will continue on to the boss. Well, actually, we'll get our... No, I'll do that during the side quest episode. I'll get the reward for doing all these quests, and then we'll continue on to the boss. Next time on Let's Play Xenoblade. See you guys then.